Hi, my talk is about refugee mental health. Recently, here in America, we've gone through one of the most divisive and upsetting US presidential elections in history, and that has left a lot of minority communities and a lot of communities around our country feeling disempowered and left out in the cold because of the result of the election. And one of those communities is the refugee community in the country. Many of these refugees are already coming from war torn countries, countries that are committing human rights violations, where they've had to escape the actual threat of their lives and have seen in many situations some very frustrating, very deep, and sometimes very disturbing things along their way. As these people come into our country, they're incredibly thankful to be able to have a place to resettle and be safe and have shelter. They also have their mental health many times forgotten because they are able to resettle and mental health resources aren't necessarily bending in the way that they should be. A language barrier issue, a lack of resources issue, the fact that many refugees who come in are lower income, unfortunately, is making it harder for refugee communities, refugee families, and refugee people to have some important mental health support. And so suicide lines are getting a brunt of that, and crisis centers are getting a brunt of that, but they're not necessarily sure how to adapt and become better at helping refugee communities as well as the rest of mental health as a community and as a profession. And I think there are small ways that we can empower the national conversation and we can challenge legislatures that would take away access to mental health for lower income families or refugee families. We can also challenge the notion that refugees aren't people who don't go through things. We can start at square one as a community and begin the conversation in a positive direction. And so, on the small scale, on the medium scale, and on the national and federal scale, my talk will aim to give people different options to go out and actually act upon this. And it will start with things as small as smiling to another and work towards volunteering in the community. It will reach out towards writing to state legislatures and to national politicians and go upward towards supporting refugee alliances and communities. I thank you for the opportunity, and if I'm selected, I will put the most work that I can into my talk. I will spend a lot of time. This is an issue I'm incredibly passionate about, and I want to see better as we go forward as a country. Thank you.